Hey everybody, welcome to another Browser Builds video. Today we're going to be going over a Micron Plus build that was partially sponsored by Formbot. We're going to basically go through a step-by-step build vlog. Now I'm not one for unboxings, so we're going to zoom through that. Feel free to pause the video. I'll add annotations so that you can see what each of the parts are for those of you who aren't familiar with it, and we're going to get right into the frame today. The first step is going to be cleaning off all the shipping oil off of the linear rails. I like to use 99% isopropyl alcohol with a syringe, blast out the carriages, move it around, dry it off with paper towel, and leave them to dry for a few minutes. When greasing the linear rails, I like to apply a gentle pressure until I see the EP2 come out of the carriage. All four of them done, I used some paper towel to wipe off the excess. I then loaded the M2 nuts into the carriers and slid them into the A extrusions. With the M2s lined up in the linear rail, I made sure to not tighten them too much as to leave room for readjustment. The rail alignment tool was then used to space the bottom of the Z rail and align the top with the extrusion. The rail was then tightened from the center outwards. The spacing was then measured, the rail end stops installed, and the last two screws tightened. The same process was followed for the other three extrusions. If you're following these videos along as a build guide, please note that the numbers of loaded nuts vary from the official manual for the Formbot kit. It's very important to take your time when assembling the frame. What you will not see in this video is the 3 or 4 attempts I take at each piece to ensure that it is square. That is done for the sake of the video not taking too long, but please do so when assembling your frame. Any preloaded nut on the exterior of the frame is for the panel installation. If you're going to be using the 0 panels, you will not need to add these. When preloading the bottom left and right extrusion, you take note that the top 2 are for the Z belt pass-throughs, the outer 3 are for the panels, the inner 4 are for the DIN rails, and the bottom 7 are for your Z drives and skirts. These 4 will go on the inside of the front left extrusion, presumably for the door mounting. Once you feel confident that the frame has been assembled square, you can easily verify this by measuring the diagonal. When measuring the diagonals, I recommend doing both directions on all 8 faces of the cube. If you plan on using the popular 3D printer filter, the 3DPF, for your Micron build, I also recommend adding an additional T-nut on the inside of each of the bed extrusions. Make sure to take note of the positions of all the M3 nuts when installing the bed rails, as you will need these later. And finally, the Z-joint assemblies with the EGLM bearings and the M2.6 mount directly to the Z carriages. If all went well, you'll have a little something that looks like this. If you're thinking about buying another printer or some printer accessories, please consider using one of my affiliate links down below. If you want to help the channel grow, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.